I want to start off, just kick some ideas around that. You and I are both big into team building. I thought the best free agent deal of the year was when Carlos Correa finally landed, and when finally the MRI wasn't a big issue, and the Twins getting him 6 years, $200 million. I thought that was the biggest coup of the free agent season.
Do you want me to talk about Correa, or you want me to talk about what I think is my favorite?
You go your favorite.
I'm not going to be a victim of the moment. I'm going to take Justin Verlander's 2-year, $86.7 million deal. I understand he's on the IL now, but that part of it is it was a 2-year deal. You could see the finish line already if this goes badly. People reacted when he signed. People were like, they reacted like he was 9-15 with a 5 ERA last year. He won the Cy Young. The greatest predictor of this season is next season, and even with his age, I know I'm getting a motivated player. This guy wants to be the last man ever to win 300 games.
Were people critiquing this? I remember people liking this. That's crazy. They won 7-5 last year.
I thought that matching the Max Scherzer deal, I would rather have this deal than the Jacob deGrom deal.
Yeah, so would I.
And the Mets essentially had that choice to some degree.
Well, let me ask you that. Should the Mets have done that deal? I mean, they get the MRI, they don't like it. Should they still have done that deal?
So, again, we are not doctors, though we're going to play it here, and we don't have the MRIs. But it isn't just the Mets. Two teams decided not to do. I have to assume that if the Giants came with 6 or 200, or the Mets came at 6 or 200, that Correa would have went to one of those two places instead of Minnesota. That both of them decided after looking at his imaging that they didn't want to do it. Should say something specific. And again, I know I'm going to do the basketball thing again. I think it's hard to get free agents to a place like Minnesota. Think about what the Timberwolves gave up for Rudy Gobert. It was like tremendous. You don't know, but it's one of the worst trades in history.
Who knew?
And their people would say, because we have to make an oversell trade like this because people don't want to come here. This deal makes a lot more sense to the Twins taking the risk than the Giants or the Mets.
But listen, I think we can have several thoughts at the same time. I don't like a 12 or 13-year deal. I like a 6-year deal. So I love Correa for 6 years. By the way, I love the shortstop class. I'm extolling all their virtues, and I'm saying this is how you build a team. These are foundational pieces. But we have two 11-year deals. We almost had a 12-year deal. We almost had a 13-year deal. I think that's insane. Now, I know people say, well, if you understood finance and you look, average annual value is spread out, and you disperse it, blah, blah, blah. But look, Correa's contract will end. Watch the far right column there. 33. Turner is going to be 40. Xander Bogaerts. I love Xander Bogaerts. He's going to be a 40-year-old Padre. Corey Seager, 37. Lindor, 37. I don't like this at all. I think in the real world, I get it on the finance sheet. In the real world, you're going to have a 39-year-old Xander Bogaerts or Trey Turner sitting there unhappy and everyone hating him because he still makes a lot of money and he's sitting there. And you think it's easy to cut these guys loose, but it's not. It took a long time for the Angels to cut Pujols loose. It takes everybody a long time to get rid of that last player saying, all right, Jason Hayward of the Cubs. Took them years to say, all right, the last year, we're just going to let you get that money.
Yeah, you know how we're getting used to the pitch clock? Teams are going to have to get used to having dead money on their payroll. The Mets, with their owner, Steve Cohen, are already doing it. They have over $30 million in dead money this year, right? McCann, Ruff, Cano. He's willing to do it. He got out of it quick. I think over time we're going to see, do they not do Miguel?
Doesn't that hamstring you, though?
It doesn't.
That year you'll say, oh, I wish we got to go to the bullpen. We got to go get, we need a third baseman to fill in for the guy who got hurt. It's like, oh, we can't do it. Why? We still have Albert Pujols sitting there.
Well, it's all contextual. The guy with $17 billion can probably do it. For a team that
you don't think he resets the clock? Like the Dodgers have reset, the Yankees reset, the Red Sox reset. I don't think it's an open question.
No.
I think at a certain point, Steve Cohen's going to say, all right, look, we just finished 500 and I'm paying $120 million in tax.
I think Steve Cohen's theory is we're going to be like the Dodgers when the Guggenheims bought it. We're going to go out right away, make a splash, spend the money to give us cover to build our farm system.
And then bring it back.
Right. That works if you do this farm system as well as the Dodgers, but what if you don't? Then it becomes like a facelift where you say, I'm just getting this touched up, and then you're like, maybe I need this one touched up. And I think it's hard, once you put that much money in the middle of the pot, to say, oh, we're waiting for the young player. Not when Ohtani's free this offseason, not when Soto's free the season afterwards. So he can talk a good game. Right. Let's see him resist the beautiful toys.
That's what I'm saying. We're in agreement there. Here's one. I don't know where you stand on this. I've heard lately, I know right now is peak Shohei Ohtani, right? We all love him. Everybody loves him. He's worth an enormous amount. I did the numbers on him last year, comparing him to what hitter he would be, what pitcher he'd be. I think I came up with $45 million a year, which is a lot of money, right? And I'm seeing now, no, it's going to take $500. It's going to take $650. If that's the case, I'm out on Shohei Ohtani. On anybody. As historic as he is, I'm saying, you got to be kidding me. If I'm a GM, I'm not even entering those sweepstakes at that level.
It's all about context. Again, if you tell me that my risk of taking him means I can't expand anyplace else, I can't put the kind of team around him that I want, then I'll say I'd rather he succeed for you than blow up on me. Like, I'll be like, hey, I get it. Last year, if you go look, the numbers, he was essentially Austin Riley on offense and Carlos Rodon on the mound. Like, if those two guys were both free agents, one was a free agent this year, he got 26. If Austin Riley was, he would have gotten over 30. Put it together, it's about $55 to $60 million. That's what it would have been. But I wouldn't do it unless I have an owner like Cohn who tells me we're okay if this blows up on us. Because the likelihood is at some point he's going to have to stop doing probably the pitcher.
Well, that also, I almost look at it, it's like Nassim Taleb, who writes books on economics. He wrote The Black Swan. And he said, if you're a Wall Street trader and you make one year $100 million, the next year you go bankrupt, your average year isn't $50 million. Your average is bankrupt. Right. So Ohtani, if he hurts a groin or a core muscle or a hip, you lose the hitter and the pitcher. You lose Rodon and Riley. So he's one guy with one body. And I'm not worried about him this year, next year. But if you're going 10 years, you're going to be looking at a body that cannot possibly withstand that.
That's why I use the term, I'd rather he succeed for you than fail for me. I realize that there's an upside for him, also in marketing, selling tickets, etc., that I'm walking away from. But that's a risk I wouldn't take if it blows up on me, unless my owner says, no, we need it for everything else, and I'll support an X million-dollar payroll even if he's on the team.
Right. I think even at $300 million, paying $65 to one guy, I don't know if you can withstand that. Right, and if something goes wrong, you say, hey, you said I could do this. And they go, now I take it back.
I sold the team.
So now I take it back. You're gone. You're the problem.
Yeah. Then you'd have to have a showdown with the owner.
Showdown, right. Thank you, Joel. Joel Sherman.